exudes a timeless and enduring character. It stands as a living monument to the shapes and shades, the moods and movements of a distant past. From its narrow alleys and cobblestone streets to the bricks and stones, doors and windows of vintage structures built centuries ago, Vigan frames and freezes a rich era of Philippine history for the visitor to discover its priceless treasure. Vigan is the capital town of the province of Ilocos Sur, 408 kilometers north of Manila. Based on old maps, it is originally a cluster of three islands located at the delta of Abra River, along the coast facing the China Sea. A flourishing community already existed then, and the settlement was known as Kabigaan, after a plant called bigaa that grew abundantly in the area. Close to mainland China, Vigan became a port buzzing with trade and commerce long before Spanish colonizers stumbled on Philippine shores. A big number of Chinese migrants came to Vigan as traders. They employed and intermarried with the natives and initiated a generation of multicultural lineage among Bigaños, as the locals are called. Some 50 years after the Spaniards settled in the islands, Don Juan Salcedo, a 22-year-old conquistador, embarked on a voyage to explore the frontiers north of Manila. He eventually was appointed as Justicia Mayor of the province of Ilocos, which then covered most of the north. Salcedo founded Villa Fernandina de Vigan in 1572 in honor of the son of Philip II, the Spanish king after whom the Philippines was named. It was elevated to the status of a city in 1758, following the transfer of the See of Nueva Segovia from Lalo, Cagayan to Vigan, thus Ciudad Fernandina de Vigan. Gradually gaining strategic importance, Ciudad Fernandina became the stage of the political, religious, and economic expansion of the Spaniards in the north. The setup of the town of Vigan follows the blueprint of every Spanish settlement in the Philippines, where the church building is central, a plaza adjacent to it, and nearby the seat of government, the municipio. Residential houses were built as close to the church as possible to facilitate the religious formation of the local population. Today, the images and sounds of modernity are modifying the landscape of Vigan, but a big part of the original town setup is still intact. Called the Heritage Village, it is the centerpiece of Vigan. It consists of a cluster of structures, churches, public buildings, public squares, and residential houses. Prominent in this area is the Mestizo district, which is lined with stately and imposing ancestral houses. These houses exemplify the elegant and fascinating blend of Asian building design and construction with European colonial architecture and planning. The sense of lightness and airy quality, exemplified by the elevated living quarters and gaping windows, are lifted from the style of the Bahay Kubo, the traditional Filipino house. The element of solidity illustrated by the thick walls and dense columns, the arrangement of space, the use of masonry and ornaments are European and Mexican inspired. Little features here and there mark a Chinese input. Vigan houses integrate brick and stone with hardwood, capiz shells, and iron grill works to form an architectural spectacle. The town of Vigan is an exceptionally well-preserved example of a European trading town in the East and Southeast Asia. For this reason, the historic town has gained its inscription as a World Heritage Site in the UNESCO World Heritage List of Sites and Monuments. This international recognition enhances Vigan's pride as a cradle of distinguished personalities in Philippine history. Among them are Father Jose P. Burgos of the Gomburza fame, Leona Florentino, a poet and playwright, Don Isabelo de los Reyes, founder of Philippine Labor Movement, Don Vicente Singson Encarnacion, one of the 7 wise men who drafted the 1935 Constitution, and Elpidio Quirino, the first Ilocano president and the 9th of the Republic of the Philippines. As a living heritage, however, the issue of conservation poses a multitude of problems. Economic progress, population growth, and planned tourism development, and the increasing demand for more infrastructure are exerting pressure on the fragile urban fabric of historic Vigan. Taking on the early initiatives by a few homeowners and the support of a new set of young and dynamic local leaders, UNESCO presented a viable way of conserving the cultural heritage of Vigan. With UNESCO acting as catalyst in changing the attitudes of the entire community, stakeholders started to work closely to resolve the conflicting issues of conservation and economic development. Another organization, the Agencia Español de Cooperación Internacional, through Fundación Santiago, has funded the formulation of the master plan for the revitalization of Vigan as a historic center. The municipal government, among other things, also created the Vigan Conservation Council, a multi-sectoral group which has prepared guidelines for the preservation of ancestral houses. Although the heritage village may be enough to experience Vigan, there is more to the town than its monumental structures. Pre-colonial crafts and industries continue to thrive in the suburbs of Vigan. Surviving among them are the production of pottery or burnay, hand-woven fabrics called abel, and wooden furniture. Vigan earthenwares, bricks and tiles have also earned national fame. Literally made by hand and by foot, every single product speaks of human dedication and personal touch. The preparation of local delicacies also serves as a source of income for some households, over and above agricultural production, the major industry of the municipality. Rice, corn, and vegetables are the leading agricultural products. The vegan calendar is marked with fiestas and festivals which cater to the needs of both body and spirit. Holy Week, for example, is an experience of religious pageantry and piety. The Vigan Town Fiesta is a week-long celebration characterized by parades, musical extravaganzas, popularity contests for a cause, and nightly cultural shows culminating on January 25, the date of the conversion of St. Paul the Apostle, its patron saint. The Viva Vegan Festival of the Arts in the month of May has evolved into one of the biggest cultural events in the North, and some of its attractions are parades, traditional stage plays, cultural shows, art exhibits, fairs, and traditional craft demonstrations. For the palate adventurer, Vigan lays out a list of irresistible specialties, like the Ilocano pinakbet or dinengdeng, a mixture of vegetables boiled in bagoong, a sauce of fermented small fish. The town is also identified with the tasty longanisa, a local sausage which contains ground pork spiced with garlic and vinegar. Other delightful and tasty treats are the empanada, a crunchy delicacy made of rice or flour dough with vegetable stuffing. Bibingka, a variety of rice cake, and bagnet, big chunks of deep-fried pork hanged for hours until emptied of oil. It doesn't take much time to be absorbed into the aura of Vigan. And the best way to get the feel of the place is to take the kalesa, a horse-drawn carriage, or simply walk around its streets, bounded by pure historic legacy.